Hello everybody, welcome to the Adjudicator skip tutorial. In this video we're going to discuss how to completely bypass the Adjudicator boss and how to make the 4-2 area a lot easier as well because of some side effects of this skip. The Adjudicator itself is not a particularly hard boss, but said side effect is actually very handy for being able to explore 4-2 a lot safer. If there's something you want in 4-2 and would prefer an even better skip that allows you to get all the way to Old Hero and allows really fast retries of Old Hero, I actually made another video alongside this one that actually shows how to do that exactly, which means you will need Adjudicator to be alive, but you can skip all the way to Old Hero to fight it right away. I'll link that now if you prefer to learn how to do that. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so the only thing you'll need for this skip is a bow. We'll be using the bow tech that we had discussed prior in another video. To simplify it briefly, the bow tech allows you to have movement of your character once you cross a fog gate. And we're going to be using that to go out of bounds to bypass Adjudicator. In a brief explanation of how it works, all you have to do is cross a fog gate with X and then press L1 with the camera facing wherever you want to go. If you want to make this skip a little bit easier, you could use this skip and then go backwards from the fog to turn off the AI of this skeleton. That'll help a lot with lining up this skip. And just fair warning, after you do this skip, you will be kind of stuck in 4-2, so you may want to have a shard of archstone to warp back if you have a lot of souls that you want to use after the skip. Or if you don't care about souls, just use the Nexio binding. Okay, what I like to do to line up this is get in the edge of the fog gate here and have the aiming reticle pointed at the center of this little crease right here. Line up reticle with that, and then press X real quick, and then immediately press L1 again. You're gonna go forward for a little bit, and then once you see some black out of bounds segment, turn your camera a little bit to the right. Just a few micro adjustments to the right, like I do myself, should be enough. The reason you do these micro adjustments is because, as you can see, there is a rock kind of sticking out a little bit more in the out of bounds segment that will push you out of the little ledge right there. So you want to go either a little bit to the left or right of it, but I just generally tend to go right and then just drop in. If you mess this up, I would recommend doing a force quit instead of a quit out, which means that you will actually close the game from the PS menu. That should put you back at the fog, or sometimes it can even actually put you in the place that you would want. So it's just better to do that instead. If you land fine inside of the black wall here, that means you're good. You just may need to move a little bit left to be in this little step right here. But so far you've done it right. And honestly, you already did the hard part. So now you're just going to drop down to this little tunnel. You might recognize that as a tunnel you have to go to before you enter the big room after Adjudicator. And then walk up to these stairs and just go right through them. You can just face through them as you go out. This will put you back inbounds. As you can see, we are now past Adjudicator. There's the fog gate. Now, as I've teased already, the cool thing about this skip is that if you actually take our time to go to the next area with enemies and get close to them, you can actually see that the AI of them is turned off as well, just like the skeleton. You can even hit them and they won't react whatsoever. We're going to take a little tour throughout the level and show you how easy this level is if you do this skip with all the frozen AI. But meanwhile, let me explain how this actually works. I did make a video before this one where I describe how the bow tech works really in depth, but I did forget to explain why some of these enemies turned off. So the reason we theorize that it works this way is because once you seem to cross a fog gate for a boss, the enemies outside the fog gate that might be chasing you will actually turn off to not bother you as you fight the boss, which is a problem if you have to get hit from behind as you try to fight the boss. So Bluepoint's way to make this not a non-issue is to do this, and given that we did try to cross into the Adjudicator room, the enemies did turn off for that. But since we actually didn't kill the Adjudicator, the enemies will actually remain turned off until we kill a boss. Or if we were to quit out or die, they will actually turn on again. So I do suggest you're careful with any ledges to not fall off. Just explore safely. Because as we've seen in the background now, pretty much every single enemy is turned off. All the skeletons, all the reapers, all the little shadow men. It even seems like the manta rays don't seem to take shots at you. At least I didn't see, maybe I just got lucky. But as long as you're careful from ledges and just watch your health and do any falls, you should be able to just navigate the entire area without having any danger. The other thing I would watch out for is the exploding wisps or whatever they are inside the slug pool room are still activated, so do be careful of those, but even the slugs themselves are not turned on. And of course, you can actually go to the boss itself, and this one will actually be activated. So I do hope you are prepared to fight the boss. Here it is one more time in normal speed so you can see how it goes. Now if you happen to die anywhere in the level after having done this skip, you will respawn where the archstone for the level should be, so right after the Adjudicator. But if you're in performance mode, you will actually be on top of the tunnel and you'll be out of bounds, kind of stuck there. But you can fix it. All you have to do is go into cinematic mode, quit out, and then reload, and you should be back at the bottom inside the tunnel. And that is all for this video. Again, I don't think many people are gonna want to necessarily skip Adjudicator. It is not the hardest boss ever, but being able to do 4-2 with the enemies turned off is pretty nice. If you enjoy this kind of content, or Demon Souls content in general, I do almost exclusively do that kind of content, so make sure to subscribe if you wish. I do also stream my speedruns over on Twitch, if you would like to catch me there. And if you'd now like to be able to learn how to do the Force 2 skip to Old Hero, here's the link to that video once again. If you'd like to learn how to cheese Adjudicator, you can also click on this video that shows how to use the bow tech in really clever ways to cheese Adjudicator or any other boss. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.